All right, ladies.
Hey.
Thank you for
Hey.
joining me virtually. I know you guys,
Yes.
we do it usually face to face, but this world has changed, Hante. So we got to do this virtual meeting kind of situation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So to introduce you guys, I just want to tell you all, and I advise anybody to do this. All of us met at the salon, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So Glynis is the stylist extraordinaire who takes care of me and Dominique. And we're not just united in hair. We're united in love for entrepreneurship and trying to do something more than we're even doing. So we get together at least once a month.
Yes.
And we have like an entrepreneurial club, and we try to push each other to do more and to grow, and we encourage each other. And so, I was like, who wants friends where you're just meeting and talking about other people? We are those people who talk about like ideas and growing.
Yes.
Yes.
Get inspired.
Yes. And we push each other. We give each other like goals, like next month, I want you to have done this by next month.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are getting a peek at that, but I wanted to just be introduced to that. So like, I encourage everyone, and Randi B, anyone who follows, is like, get you people that can encourage you and tell them what your dreams are and let them help you build a bigger dream and help you get to the dreams you're dreaming. But then we had the coronas happen, y'all.
The Rona.
Rona. Yes.
The Rona came up down on us and hit upside the head and changed things. So
Very much.
how are you all feeling, honestly, right now in the time of Rona?
You want to start, Dominique?
Yeah, sure. So initially I was okay. I was thinking, okay, this isn't going to be long. I'll be, I work from home anyway. I said, that's not a big deal. And quickly I found out that I just was feeling just trapped to be in the house, not have the freedom to get out and do the things I wanted to do, the fresh air. And then I thought, oh, you got to make really good productive time of, use your time productively right now. You got to do all these things. And then I was like, no, you got to be kind to yourself, and you need to just rest, relax, reset, like slow it down a little bit. So, and now what are we on? Week 5, week 6?
Yeah, we started before the rest of the world. That's what people don't understand. We're in the Bay Area, California. So we were the first people to do shelter in place.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's right.
I remember it well.
So how are you feeling, Ms. Glynis? Because you can't work from home.
No, I can't work from home. I'm doing okay under the circumstances. Like at first it was like, okay, this is going to be real quick. I'll probably be off work a couple weeks. I was good. And then it just kind of went on and on and on. And, this to me is like above anything mental. Like if you're not mentally together, or, don't have God in your life, like you can really break. Like the brain is sensitive. So if you can't control it in some type of way, it can really get away from you. I have moments though when I just think I'm having anxiety, or I feel like I can't breathe. I have to go outside and just breathe some fresh air. But I just, under the circumstances, with a group of ladies like yourself, I can call and be like, what you doing or whatever. I'm doing okay, but I'm like Dominique, I can't be too hard on myself or think that I'm going to do something that'll change the world while I'm off. Just chill.
No, because listen, Black women they be expecting us to change the damn world, honey.
Exactly.
Like anything could be happening. They're like, we save the world always. So
Absolutely.
I get stressed out. I'm like, I should be making masks. Oh shit, I gotta make masks. I can't even sew. Right?
Right.
Like,
Yes.
And you feel helpless. And then you have people who you ask, how you're doing, and they're like, "Oh, I'm great. I'm working out. I'm doing all this stuff." And then you're thinking, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
You know what? I don't like those people.
With each other.
I don't want to be friends. As a matter of fact, anybody who I say, "How you doing?" and they say, "Great," like I don't want to be your friend. Like,
you lying.
Listen, I'm at
Not
the
all the
age
time.
now where you got to call a thing, and ain't nobody great right now. Like,
yeah,
you might have great moments. You might have moments like sometimes I'm sitting on the couch. My son came home from college 3 months earlier than I would have had him home. There are some special stuff that I feel really great. But there's other times I'm like, oh, Lord, why this pandemic things go in? Or at least moments where you're just concerned because there's no certainty, right?
yes.
Or
Yes.
the human spirit, we don't like change much. So anybody who is just full of shit to the level of talking about they're great, I can't have a conversation because I need to get real and be real, particularly right now.
Absolutely.
So we're all entrepreneurs, speaking about getting real. And so we eat what we kill.
Damn right.
So when hunting season has been declared closed, tell me how you all have dealt with that. First of all, maybe emotionally.
I mean, Glynis, you want to go? Because it's hit you the hardest, I think.
Yeah.
As far as like being off work and
just like not knowing what is next.
Because you cannot work
we're
from
gonna
home.
Be out and back operating normal.
Exactly. Like, you just playing a waiting game. Like, I see people doing what is it, the GoFundMe pages and things like that. Thank God I haven't had to go that route. And I'm a one-man show. Basically, I have a renter who's not paying rent. I can't charge him and he not there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just one of those things that my hands are tied. Like, thank God, I'm like an ant a little bit. I store up, you know what I'm saying? I have wonderful clients like yourself who have blessed me and gave me a little fund. I had a conversation with my daughter. Her teacher asked her, what is she most concerned about? And she said her grandparents, And I said, what about your mom who can't work? And she's like, I said, you're not worried about me? Just not want to stress her out, but just, and she said, no, Mom, I'm not worried about you. I said, but your mom's not working. So that means your mom's not getting paid. And she's like, no, Mom, your clients are giving you money. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I didn't tell her that, but I guess she hears little things. But I'm just, there's nothing I can really do. Like I said, I just thank God that I have wonderful clients and that I've just stored up a little bit to be able to maintain for a little bit. No unemployment, no stimulus checks. I haven't gotten this big check they're talking about. Being very wise in my spending, but there is nothing I can do right now. I don't have quarantine kits that I could sell with shampoo and conditioner and stuff. Like Dominique and I were talking, about when we got off the phone. Randi was like, this is a whole nother level of just staying ready. And because we were caught off guard, we couldn't really prepare for this. You know what I'm saying? So just one of those things. You just got to sit.
That's a great point. Because I talked to friends in other states and they had some time. California acted early, which was fabulous. We appreciate that. But, they were like, oh, we're going to get shut down in a week. So I'm going to go to my stylist. I'm going to get my nails. They were just taking care of a lot of things that we didn't have the opportunity to take care of. And,
No.
From a business standpoint, I feel blessed. I have, corporate clients who are, working. And I mean, I have my, my marketing firm that is small and we're sustaining, and I have one employee. So it's not, I just, I want to make sure she gets paid. That's my thing.
That's a blessing.
She was that person that said, are we all right? And, she would have done whatever, she would have been like, okay, she's in a position that she could have said, I'm not going to work for a couple months. It's okay. You don't have to pay me. But I mean, we have the projects and we have the business, but there's still tomorrow, there's still 3 months from now or 6 months from now. Is that going to still happen? And
right.
And those kind of people you want to keep on your team.
Yeah.
This is up. If you got a team like that, hold on to them.
And, any business owner out there, I would say if you have a team, if you have people you work with, just be direct, just
be very honest. Because the anxiety, it's the anxiety that is worse than the not knowing than knowing. If you tell, any business owner that has employees, I think that there's some power and kindness in telling someone, I know for a fact that I can make this last 4 more weeks without anything new happening. After that, and so at least people can start to plan and at least understand it's the, so that's a really good tip. It's just to be kind enough to tell people and communicate with people about what.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I think one thing that comes to mind too, just tips, because we have our entrepreneur group and just our girlfriend group, but get a buddy, get somebody that you can pick up the phone, you can text, you can just,
absolutely.
So much. I have some friends that I'm just like, I'm struggling today, girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get a text from somebody and they're like, hey, just checking on you. I haven't talked to them in, 3 months. Checking on me, but to just have people checking on you or checking for you and to make sure
right.
All right. But if you're, if you're feeling
and
bad,
you check on them
person.
too, though.
Yeah.
And it's imperative that you check on them too.
Exactly.
Because what I would try to tell people is to have a friend, you got to be a friend.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you can only see the storm that you're in, but understanding that everybody is being affected by this, not to the same extent, not in the same ways, but being affected. So something you guys mentioned about having a friend, and personally that's important, but I was on a show the other day and they were talking about Black businesses, and something about 90% of Black businesses are sole proprietorships, there are no employees whatsoever. Right? I mean, there might be contract employees, but no official employees. And that was one thing I was thinking about, is during this time, if I were to give another piece of advice to people, it would be to make partnerships.
Absolutely.
Right?
Good idea.
Picking up the phone and calling somebody, and let's say if you're a marketing firm, Dominique, if you have a marketing firm, or you have a salon, there's a time that maybe you can't keep your single salon going or your single marketing firm going, but if 3 people got together, or then it could keep going. And it may not be your ideal, right?
Yeah.
But it just may be what you have to do right now. And I think that Black people are oftentimes hesitant to team.
Yeah. I think that's such great advice. And, even from the standpoint of sharing services, do you, need to team up right now for a tax accountant? We got some time, do you need to team up on legal services? Maybe somebody's going to, help you out there. And just from a brand standpoint, I do want to say I am being very intentional about who I'm spending my money with right now.
Ooh,
and
absolutely. Yes.
People are also coming to us and to our community with things, because, we don't need to hear about dropping a car off, buying a new car and things like that. What are you doing to help the community? And I think, as marketers, there's a responsibility you have to be authentic and connect with people in the right way right now. So I am,
That's very true.
spending,
I,
I'm making sure.
I will say
Good
this,
point.
Glynis, something you were saying, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but I'm being, as I always am, trying to be honest and authentic with people. I've really been drawn to the people that I used to do business with, to continue to do business with them, that are showing me a level of hustle. So people who are immediately like, I have a GoFundMe, it's been a little bit of a turn off, because there's struggle on everybody's part, right? But the
Yeah,
people who are
totally.
like, I'm trying to make this stuff work. So, the people who have been like, okay, we have a catering business, or we have a restaurant, and before we didn't do this, but now we're selling and delivering pizza, pizza or fried chicken. Like, there's this one company, they do big weddings, and they, are a fat, huge company. But now they're like, we're doing chicken dinners on Fridays. We're doing shrimp and grits on Wednesdays, and you could just come pick it up. And the line is ridiculous, right? Because there's a need now, because we can't gather anymore. So instead of just saying, okay, we can't do it like we want to do it, hands are up, send me some money, they're like, this is what we're trying to do in the meantime, or like Glynis, how you're doing online tutorials on the weekends, and trying to keep in contact with your clients and provide service the best way you can in spite of a pandemic, makes you more so want to be loyal and say, they're trying, and it makes you, and they're trying to help me out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and Glynis is, that's just something you've done that I really appreciate. We miss our community at the salon, and you have stayed in touch, via Facebook Lives, or just, reaching out to people, group text, things like that. And, we're still having like love and laughter, which is so much a part of Hair by Glynis. So, that's really appreciated. And I just,
so, and that's a big tip, guys, is stay in touch with your clientele. Even if you're not seeing them, of course you're not seeing them, but find a way to continue that relationship, and to actually start new relationships if you can. Whatever you need to do, I think that's really important to do.
Yeah, and I think there's just ways around working together. Sometimes it's not always a money transaction. Maybe it's a barter, situation.
Yes,
absolutely.
Creative about how you exchange services. So, I might be like, hey, Glynis, you need some marketing. I need my hair done. Whatever to work. I marketer by day, and I sell wine on the side. It's my passion. I love selling, I love giving people wine, selling people wine. But if everything went to hell, I'd still have the wine business, and I would go out there and sell wine like crazy. So, have your plan B, C, D ready, and like we were saying, just stay ready.
Yes.
And not to be like, this is one of those great people, but I would love for you all to share, because we've been talking about how this whole coronavirus has made you think differently about services you could offer with your business. Even once we're off of shelter in place, what are some, we talk about those ABCD plans, what are some things you guys are thinking about doing differently, or new services you're thinking about offering?
Well, the thing I've been thinking about was, when this is all over, how are people going to be feeling about actually, some people, not everybody, but how are some people who might have, really bad underlying issues, or I have germophobia, germophobics. How are they going to be feeling? And my thing that I've decided to do was take a couple of days out of my week now and do home visits for the people who just might not want to get out right away, and just offer services, personal services at their homes for those people. And maybe a friend, they can call a friend and say, look, my stylist is coming over, and letting them know, hey, we can get a personal service at home. So that's something that I've decided, once this all is said and done, that I will be offering my clients, and hopefully, you know, like Dominique and you guys were saying, making those new relationships with people who may want this service. And because, the price range of it, it might not be for everybody, and that's okay. Everything isn't for everybody.
Right.
But again, just to be able to offer it, that's one of the things that I've decided to just step out of the box and be kind of creative in that sense about when I go back. What's my new norm going to be?
Yep.
For
what about
some
you,
of
Dominique?
my part of the business.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Yes. So for me, I mean, as I said, I'm just grateful and blessed that I have corporate clients. One of the things I just realized, from a personal level is that, I get a lot of joy out of just the lifestyle side of things. So I have been working on, working a lifestyle type event side of my business. I do a lot of corporate events. Corporate events are going to change dramatically, but people still crave connection. So what I want to start doing is offering, more intimate events for people to gather. So as we're moving out of this, because it's not going to be immediate, we're not going to go right back to what we were doing, but, can 10 or under have a dinner party, can 10 or under do a wine tasting, or just, finding those experiences. That's what part of what we do is experience design, and keep people connected and engaged with each other. I mean, I know I'm ready to just, go to all my favorite restaurants and things like that in my head, but is that really going to happen? Do I really feel comfortable doing that? And then, secondly, I think it's just, as I talked about, just, wanting to give back to our community that has been hit very hard in terms of Black businesses. I want to, help, them in terms of like, how do you market your business after this? What's your next? How are you thinking about things? Do you need help in that space? And, I just really want to, help our community, especially our Black women who are business owners, and try to collaborate and partner.
Amen.
Can I touch on that? Because let me tell you, Dominique and Randi have helped me do so much. I'm so not computer savvy or anything like that, but just, helping me just get creative and changing things around my salon, and just, from postings to everything. These women are awesome.
But that's what I mean about building a community with people who are like-minded. I think that's so important. People who are trying to grow in some area. It doesn't have to be the same industry, right?
Exactly.
Which actually may even be better, but like-minded people. If you had one tip to share with people about being an entrepreneur in a time of Corona, what would be the tip you would give to people?
I would say, don't let something like this make you afraid to still be an entrepreneur, or to try something new.
That's
the old
hard.
saying is, yes, if we can survive this, we can survive anything. When I opened my business, it was a recession, and that's what my landlord said. You're opening a business at a great time. And I was thinking, what the hell is he talking about? But he said, if you can survive the recession, you'll be fine. That was 11 years ago. Wow. So this is the second one.
That's, if we could listen, if y'all could get through this as an entrepreneur, then you could get through any damn thing. And that's
you the shit.
I like
you
that.
The shit.
I like that.
Yeah.
Dominique, what would be your advice?
I guess if I had, there's a couple, but one thing I would just say that we talked about, stay ready. You just never know what's going to happen. This is a pandemic right now. It could be something else, a month from now. I mean, we could have an earthquake. Something else may happen. So you just be ready for that, have your ducks in a row. And then I would also say that, make sure that you are always looking at other revenue streams. Don't be focused on just, one thing or one client, constantly be creating, constantly be thinking about what's next. It might not be bringing a lot of money in, but it's another way to focus your attention or to shift. So, you know, just be ready to pivot and shift to other, you know, other things. And, you know, we can always all recreate ourselves over and over again into something, you know, other kinds of business. So
That's true.
Yes.
you know, just
Well, what you're saying actually brings to my number one tip. I would say be flexible. My younger son definitely had some challenges when he was young and was very regimented. And so we always would say, have a flexible brain. And so now everything I'm thinking about is being able to have a flexible brain.
That's good.
I think the people who will survive this and even thrive in this situation is that they're people who are willing to strive for things, although we're in a pandemic, right?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
be okay with it not looking like you thought it was going to look. Like nothing looks
Exactly.
like we thought it was going to look. Like nothing looks like
Exactly.
it. No one planned for this. No one was prepared for this. So the people who are going to thrive or at least survive it are the ones who will say, okay, what's next? What does it look like?
Mhm.
And so, you know, when this hit was just when I had broken in to the TV market, because I just want my message to reach as many people as I can. And I was like, okay, now it's rolling. And seriously, TV show pandemic the
Yeah.
next week, right?
Yeah.
Studios closed, all of that closed. And so now it's like, what do I do now? Am I tempted every other day to crawl in the bed and say, you know, forget it?
yeah, right.
Who the hell, you know, throw it all to hell.
Totally. Yes.
Every other day, seriously, at least, and that's a good week. Every other day. Sometimes it's every other hour, and some days it's every other minute. But you surround yourself with good people. You try to tell yourself that you are still being taken care of.
Yes.
And that if you are to allow it, this could lead to better things, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And sometimes you're walking on like a clear path, and sometimes you're walking through quicksand. But you just kind of try to keep moving. So yeah, I think the flexibility and thinking about how do I change, right? I told, like, my saying now is you don't want to be Blockbuster. You know, the world was changing and Blockbuster was still trying to make us come and rent videotapes.
Yes.
You got to
Yes.
be
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to say, okay, we can mail them to people. Oh no, now we can stream it to people. Oh no, now we're going to create our own shows. And you got to be Netflix and move with the world around you and not wait for the world to just come back to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think, you know, I will say, Randy, I feel like you were hitting your stride right there with that TV stuff. I was like, no, this is her sweet spot. It's going to be awesome.
Yep.
So I don't give up. I know you're not going to give up, but I just feel like that is a great place for you. And
Yes.
I see you doing great things and just helping our community, you know, through so many different channels. So,
Yeah.
you know, stay on course with that. It's coming back. It's coming back.
Well, it's all about us
they'll be-
uplifting each other, guys. It's all about us uplifting each other. And I truly believe, you know, like, we still have remnants from our history and not trusting each other. And we have got to rely on each other and support each other's businesses. I want you guys to know I support you guys and thank you for your support of me. Could you please
Absolutely.
tell people how they could contact you, the best way to contact you should they need to? And before that, again, guys, reach out to people, right? We really need each other. So could you guys, Glynis, could you and tell people how they can contact you, and then Dominique?
So I'm on Facebook and Instagram, Hair by Glynis. And
hairbyglynis.com.
yeah, hairbyglynis.com. Yeah.
Yep. And Dominique?
Yeah, I'm on, my company is Lartie Creative Group. So that's LARTIGUE creativegroup.com, or lartiecreative.com on the internet to the website. And then for wine, which is we all need wine right now.
Yes. Oh, wait.
Yes.
It's on Instagram. So love to chat wine and do that. So I'm at Wine Stylist at Instagram. You can reach out to me there as well.
Well, thank you guys for your time. I mean, I just think it's good that we are dropping these bits of knowledge and all depending on each other. And I'll talk to you soon because we all need each other, guys.
I'm grateful for both.
Thanks, ladies.
Good
Yes,
night to everybody,
appreciate
or good day, or whenever you're watching this. Much love and positivity. We will get through.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Thanks, Randy.
Good night.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.